We're back. It's our season 8 premiere with our new co-host, Monet Cooper. And today on Edu Chat, dating a teacher. Fair or foul? We're sharing the things you need to know before dating a teacher. And what's up with the nationwide teacher shortage in America? Let's find out together. Plus, millions of educators have quit their jobs during the pandemic, and we will tell you what we really feel about it. The Educators with Darnell Funches, Monet Cooper, Andrew Fred, and me, Damien Anderson. The Educator starts now.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to a brand new season of The Educators. It has been a long month since we last saw you guys. So welcome back to a brand new season. We have a brand new co-host. We have a returning host that will be joining us for this season. So excited for this season. So without further ado, let's get this season popping. Let's get it going. And Dan, I'm going to hand the reins over to you, sir, because, we're going to get this season hype, have fun, and let's get to it.
Yes, we are, Andrew. Yes, we are. So again, hello, everyone. This is our 8th season. Andrew, can't you believe it? We are in our 8th season. We keep doing this show because of you guys, and we appreciate our fam out there who has been, tuning in with us since day one with me and Andrew from the beginning, and we really do appreciate you guys. So welcome aboard, and let's get things started because, like Andrew said, we have a new co-host, you guys, joining our family. We are so very excited to have her, on with us. So without further ado, let's welcome our new co-host, Miss Cooper. Welcome, Miss Cooper. How are you doing? How do you feel about joining this family? Just what are you feeling right now in this moment?
Hey, I'm feeling super excited. I am a fan of the show, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. The energy is great. You guys always show so much love and support on my platform, so I'm so excited to join on yours. So thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. We are so very excited to have another addition added to our family. So before we even get started on today, why don't you give our audience, who is Miss Cooper, an introduction of yourself?
Okay, I'm definitely from the elementary fam, so I'm a former 4th and 5th grade math and science teacher, so I've worked with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, some with the little ones. I am currently serving as an instructional coach for math and science now, so I'm in a new role and kind of being able to see education pre-K through 5, and just on a different kind of aspect, more with administrative roles and just supporting teachers who I love so much. I am a just fun, energetic person. I'm just really excited for the conversation. I am currently in my doctorate program for curriculum and instruction. So I live and breathe education. So I'm so excited to be here with you guys to talk about the thing that is closest to my heart.
Absolutely. Yes. And also, you guys, you can tell that our very own Coach Darnell is back with us on the show. He was out last season, and me and Andrew, we definitely miss him last season. So, Coach D, welcome back to the show. How have you been doing since your break from the show? Just how are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm good. You already know what I'm doing, man. I'm back in the building, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. Coach Darnell is back. Y'all already know the vibes that I'm going to bring to the scene. You already know what time it is. Bringing the goofiness, bringing the seriousness, bringing the love, bringing just everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, Coach Fred. No longer Andrew Fred. All Coach Fred, all day, every day. Coach's Lounge coming soon. We getting it in. And of course, my man Damon, who I love, who I cherish, who I miss. He's always, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing with a little mean little face all the time. But you
Okay,
know what? I love him
let's
anyway.
not get into that, coach. Let's not get into that.
But you know I love you, bro, and I appreciate you. Miss Cooper was good, you know what I'm saying? And welcome to the family down in the A. You already know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the team, welcome to the family. Let's get it, yo. Season 8, F1, action. We here. We here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's just hop right into the show on today's show, you guys. Andrew, I'm gonna hand it over to you because you have the first topic for us to talk about, which is dating a teacher. So give us an insight onto that there. Yes.
Actually, we actually skipped a step here. We're going to do, before we get into that, we're going to do a little catch up from our summer hiatus
Yes,
to
yes,
see
yes.
what's been going on since the summer. What's been going on since the summer? So I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Anderson. So what's been going
You
on since
always,
the?
okay, let me stop you right here because you always freaking starts with me first every single time. I have no hate for you on that. I have no hate. You guys, he does this. He does this. If you watch our episodes, he does this because I'm the shy one, you guys. I'm the shy one. But it's cool. It's cool, Andrew. But my summer break, it has been relaxing, very relaxing. Andrew and Coach D, they know this, that I'm a workaholic. That's why I am. I like to work, work, work. I never take breaks. I never take, time for myself. But over the time, this hiatus from the show, I have been really, relaxing, taking care of myself, my mental health, making sure I'm doing good. And just that is what I have been doing. And I realized that, and Andrew and Coach D knows this, that it is okay for me because they know who I am. It is okay. Just Damien, slow down once in a while. Slow down. You can wait to do that later. Right now, you need to focus on yourself because they know the story of what happened back to me back in 2019. So I need to start taking care of myself more and just relax on the things that I can focus on later. I can worry about that later. Just let me focus on me and it will be all right. So that's what my summer break has been like.
All right, all right. I'm gonna switch it over to Coach Darnell. What's been going on since the summer? Well, you had your break, but what else has been going on?
The cigar vibes have really been opening up. And just so you know, Swag Nerd cigar coming out soon. I got the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Swag Nerd podcast is live and in full effect, is in the building. I had Andrew, you know what I'm saying? I had my boy Dane, you know what I'm saying? We had a good conversation. Like they were good conversations, but the one with Dane was more on the personal level.
Yes.
Me and Andrew, we always talk about Black people in education. That's just what we do. But that was a good episode. But the one that me and Damon did was also a great episode. I got another episode out with the head of Ancestry Cigar. That was a good episode. And then I got another episode coming out called Why I Love My HBCU with my boy Eric Nelson from TQRP. That one will be posting soon. I got another episode coming out with a tremendous lady who's real, like, she's a sneakerholic, you know what I'm saying? But she has photography, you know what I'm saying, business as well. I got another one with a young man who just wrote a book. And then, of course, I'm bringing on the whole family. Yeah, Miss Cooper, you're coming on the Swag Nerd podcast. I'm bringing on the whole squad. The whole squad is coming on my podcast as well. And some other, major announcement alert. Swag Nerds is officially the LLC, and it's officially a public relations firm. We here, and I get my other masters next year in June in public relations.
All right.
Official. We're here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss Cooper, congratulations on your new role. But what else has been happening over the summer?
So this summer, I decided to start my courses for my doctorate program. So it was pretty much that. All I've done is school and studying and papers. This is a different world. So as I'm learning to get into that program. It's great to see so many professionals and everything come together, but it was very tiring. So I literally just turned in my last 2 assignments on Friday. So I get like a 3-week break. That's pretty much been it. That, and then when I do have time, just like self-care. Yeah, just studying and really perfecting my craft.
All right.
And what about with you, Andrew Fretz? We can't leave you. So
I have a whole lot of going on this summer. First and foremost, I switched school, so I'm now at a brand spanking new school, like just built over the summer. Where there I am the new assistant coach of the boys basketball team. I'm also the advisor of the student government over there as well. So a lot of things happening. I'm also the IA for behavioral support and autism support. So that resume looking a little long this year. So and also been working on my other podcast as well, fretting about education. So that's also on the works. And which is kind of a funny story about the podcast, because the school that I'm at now, we're doing club time. You know, every Wednesday for about 30 minutes we do club time. And one of the clubs that a staff had to advise is podcast club. I said, "Ooh, let me get on that because I have experience in podcast club." So that I'm now the advisor of podcast club during the school time, showing them how the do's and don'ts and the rundowns of making a podcast. Might share this podcast as an example and other broadcasts as well. So yeah, that's my summer hiatus. That's what's been going on.
Great. So great from each and every one of you guys. So we are actually going to take a break, you guys. And when we come back, we are going to introduce our first topic of the show, which is dating a teacher. So stay right there. You're watching the season 8 premiere of The Educators. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the season 8 premiere of The Educators. So let's hop right into our first topic of the show. So we are going to be talking about dating a teacher. So Andrew, take it away for us.
All right. So over this summer, of course, I've been watching TikToks because, you know, I'm a lover for TikTok. So, and I came across 2 videos that we're going to watch together. And I want to hear y'all's thoughts about this. So it's a two video, but it's talking about the same thing.
Hey, Mr. Jones here. Quick lesson real quick. So you want to date a teacher, right? You want to date a teacher? All right, let's go over dating a teacher. Number 1, listen, teachers are bad texters. Let's just put it out there right now. I'm teaching all day. I am not going to look at my phone. And if I am, it's to watch TikToks, not text you. Number 2, I'm exhausted So when I go home, I'm going to sleep. If we were trying to have a FaceTime conversation past 9 p.m., it's clip. And number 3, my students are like my children, so most of my conversation is going to be stories about work. And if you can't handle that, then...
All right, so what is y'all the first 3 thoughts about that? Number 1, it's probably gonna be me, because if you sent me a text about like one thing, and Coach can probably vouch for me on this, because I call him every now and then, that if he sends me a text at 8 o'clock at night, I will not respond until probably the next day.
Next day after. But
Next day after, yes. So I am guilty of that.
Okay. All I said was, it doesn't hurt. Even if you see the text message, 2 minutes won't hurt you to say, hey, you know what I'm saying, I just got off work. I'm really tired, but I wanted to respond to you and let you know that I did receive your text message. I'm cool with that. I ain't got no problem with that. Unlike Andrew here, who want to give you a 48-hour moment like we're at work or something. You understand what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I'm calling them out. But no, what I'm saying is I would rather just get a 2-minute text just saying, hey, man, thank you for the text message. I did receive it. Unfortunately, you know, I'm just now getting off work and you know what my mind is, but I will get back with you, you know what I'm saying, so we can catch up on things. He sent me that text. I'm good. He ain't got to worry about hearing from me no more. So that's the same thing I feel like when it's dating a teacher. Like, as long as you let them know what's good and they can respect those boundaries and understand, like, hey, I'm not doing this on an intentional basis. I don't see no issue with dating a teacher, y'all. For real. I'm done.
Okay. All right.
I think I'm a person who like responds in my head. So like there's such a million things going on. I'll open up a text. I think, hey, I saw it and I want to be intentional. And then the next thing I know, I'm getting the eyes and the message of me forgetting. So I'm kind of like, Andrew, it's going to take me a while to respond back because I want to give it that like thought. Because if I have to give you my whole reason of why I didn't, then I might as well respond to what you said.
Yeah, I'm exactly what Coach said. Just, respond. For me, this is with anybody. You guys, I'm bad with this, okay? I'm bad with this when I text someone and, they see that they read the message, okay? Why can't they immediately respond back? Don't wait until the next morning or several days later say, oh, I can't stand that. I get all, okay, why you can't, you seen the message. I hate when people do that. They seen the message, but they won't reply back to me. I'm bad at that, but at least like what Coach said, just respond back to me saying like, hey, I seen your message, blah, blah, blah. I'm unavailable, but I will get back. That's all I need. Then I'm good. I'm good.
All right. We got different opinions on things on this one. That close.
It's 2 minutes to tell me how you feel about me.
How do you guys feel about the point about talking about your students? Because I feel like I do that all the time. Like you have to be ready to get the rundown. How does that work for you?
I mean, with me, it's okay to some extent, but if you're constantly, if we're together and you're constantly talking about your students, no, that can't work with me. Probably for a few times, yes, talk about your students, but if that's all that you want to talk about, I don't need to be in a relationship with you. Sorry. No.
Hello. That's like me talking about basketball all day. And I know you don't want to hear me talking about basketball all day. So guess what? I don't want to hear about your children all day. I understand that you teach them, understand that you love them, and I love them too. But I will not be bringing them Happy Meals every single day because you want to talk about them every single day. No. We're going to talk about something else. We're going to see how your day was. To the little children, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Coach love you. but I need to focus right now on who you are, not who it is all the time.
Now, for me, the only person I really talk to our students is really my coworker, because we're in the same room together, and one other person that's also in the same room. So if we're talking about the same 3 people, I know immediately that we're talking about. Now, if I was talking to my teacher friend, yes and no, because again, she's also a teacher, so I can't really share my experience to her because she's not in the same position that I am. So I can't really share my story out to her. But like at the end of the day, I don't want to talk about every single day, because that's going to drain me out. Like, I gotta save my energy for tomorrow, because if a kid wants to throw a desk in a chair at me tomorrow, I gotta save that energy. Or if that child wants to do a little temper tantrum, I gotta save that energy for tomorrow. Okay, save your story. Just hold off 1 second. Just hold off. Okay. So, watching TikToks. So my coworker sends me TikToks every day. Well, when she's off, when she's not on campus, she sends me TikToks all day. So how do y'all feel about sharing TikToks? If you're off campus, sharing TikToks to your coworkers or to your workers, do you think that's okay or not okay?
I mean, I think it's fine. I think, like, especially with TikTok now, like, influencing with education is like a whole nother world now. So it's good to, like, as much as we go through, like, have that laugh. So I'm the person who's sending jokes throughout the day to kind of get through it. And as a person who does TikToks myself for teaching, like, it's just like, it's like to laugh. Like, some stuff gets really serious, but it's cute to be like, okay, I can breathe for like a quick moment, you know, and just breathe and laugh.
It's all right, depending on what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to look at no education TikToks all day. Matter of fact, I ain't even on TikTok. So at the end of the day, don't send me no TikTok video. My mama sent me a TikTok video. No, I'm just playing. But listen, if you're gonna send me a TikTok video, send me something that's gonna be inspiring, that's gonna be motivational. That makes sense. Like for me, but honestly, I'm not on TikTok anymore. I do more reels than I do TikToks. Yeah. And that's only because, you know what I mean? Like, I still can put in my inspirational as well as promoting what I do. But at the end of the day, if you're going to send me a reel, send me something that's going to uplift me, that's going to motivate me. You know what I'm saying? And of course, that's going to make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? So I can dig that too. I can dig, as long as you sending something that's worthwhile, send it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
James, your thoughts on that? Or
I was agreeing with Coach. Yeah, I'm with him. I'm mainly on Instagram, you know, with reels. I'm not on TikTok. And like with me, send me, because I'm all about, you know, inspiring, you know, motivation videos. Send me stuff like that. I mean, yes, I do get on, you know, occasionally with, you know, looking, you know, some fun, good stuff, but send me some motivation stuff to uplift me up, so I get, you know, because that's what I'm all about, inspiring, helping people. So I'm just, like I always say, this is why I say onto my own show, you do what's best for you, do what's right for you at the end of the day. So whatever. Continue on, Andrew.
Okay. I'm gonna share the other part 2 of this other video as well.
All right, let's do it. Here's part 2 of dating a teacher. So you want to date a teacher, you need to have some good listening skills, all right? Because I'm throwing names at you, I'm throwing tea, and if you mess up the story, oof. Also, when dating a teacher, you have to understand that the weekend is really only one day, right? Because Sunday is dedicated just for prep. So Saturday, listen, whatever we do, you better make sure it happens, because on Sunday, it's clipped, I'm inside, prepping meals, prepping lesson. Also, when dating a teacher, listen, if you want to make time for, you know, put it on a Google Calendar and make a plan, make an appointment, because the spontaneous stuff, Oh, and lastly, if you complain about my Target trips or, you know, trips to Staples, or you see me online at 2 a.m. buying school supplies, don't complain. Just understand it's for the job, okay? Please.
All right. So we only have, that one weekend. Sundays. That's it. Okay. And we're about to run out of time. 8 minutes. All right. So I want to hear y'all thoughts about this.
Okay, first of all, 8 minutes real quick. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with Target. All right. If I'm dating a teacher and you on Target, I'm on Target with you. All right, because I'm trying to order some stuff too. Okay, I'm just letting that be known. If you got there and do whatever you ordering from Staples, please let me know, because I may need some ink, I may need some markers too. So I'm with you on that. But as far as everything else go, I don't agree with that, bro. Like, because if I'm trying to get the look, I ain't finna make no appointment. I'm stressed. I'm a teacher. I may need that right then and there. I'm gonna get my right then and there while I'm on the computer, getting on my Target. I'm doing everything all in one. God dog, I said it. That's less than 8 minutes right there. That's my thoughts about that whole conversation we just had.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to end there, you guys. We're going to have to take a break, but we'll be right back with more of the Educators. So you guys stay right there. You're watching the Educators, so we'll be right back. Welcome back, you all, to the Season 8 premiere of The Educators. So we're going to hop right back into some more topics. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about Andrew. You have the next topic for us. So what do you have for us to talk about?
So this topic is school supplies, which is a story that actually me and Coach actually brought up because I was on the phone with Coach over the summer. And, you know, while talking to him and his wife, that they mentioned school supplies, that they were getting school supplies for their daughter to start the school year. And when they looked at the list, they noticed that it was a whole bunch of things for just their child. So I want to know, because Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, that your daughter is in first grade, correct? Okay. So when you went shopping for school supplies, you realized that there was a whole bunch of school supplies on that list.
Yeah. So they want you to bring in school supplies for the classroom as well. So they have this thing where you get your child's school supplies and then you have other school supplies for the community. I don't too much agree with all that, right? Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that my daughter's good. Like, don't get it wrong. I like, when it comes to school, I make sure that not just her, but all the students are good as well. Let's not get what I'm saying out of content. But what I'm saying is, what is the purpose of, as a parent, getting all these school supplies, right, for our child, and then for the entire classroom, and then you may have that parent do it, you may have that parent do it, but then nobody else parents does it. That makes sense what I'm saying? So now we got school supplies that are probably being used, right, on a consistent basis. And then once it's gone, guess what? It's gone. Now we get the class dojo memo like, well, you know, classroom supplies are running low. We may need you all to bring some. I'm not doing that. As long as my daughter has what she needs, she's good. These other parents need to step up and bring school supplies for your classroom because we did what you asked us to do, right? But at the end of the day, that's their school. And so this year was different, which I'm happy because there were more supplies for the whole entire room. So the kids shouldn't run out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? They should be good to Christmas break. So that's the conversation that we had, and that's what my daughter's school does. They want you to get supplies for the whole community as well too. Go ahead, Damien, because I saw you shaking your head, bro. Unmute yourself.
Oh my gosh, the first episode, here I go, muted. As I was saying, I was agreeing with you, coach, of like I don't understand why, they have the students, get all the school supplies, for themselves and also for their peers and for the classroom I don't understand that with me. Like, why can't these parents, and I know, some parents, they can't afford it. I understand they can't, I understand that part, I really do. But with some of these parents, why can't they, I just, we got to step up. We got to step up. We got to step up with our play of, trying to help out with our students because I'm going to do my part to make sure my child has whatever they need. And then I'm due. I'm done. I'm done with that. So why can't these other parents that can afford it, why can't they jump on board and help out as well as then sitting back and just doing absolutely nothing? I don't like parents like that who does nothing for their child or for the school. So that's my take.
For me, especially as a elementary teacher, like coach said, supplies do run and they run fast. The whole community aspect of it is when we use those supplies, just thinking of the gameplay, right? When you use those supplies, I'm not going to say, okay, well, Susie, you do this and you this is this. As a teacher, it's let's have it and let's go because you're constantly moving. And I think a lot of time that responsibility, if it's not coming from the community of parents, it does get, placed on the teacher. So I've had times where I've spent so much money on having to get supplies for students who don't have it. I guess my take on it is always who's gonna suffer from that, right? So it's we have the parents who want this type of contribution, but at the end of the day, it's the children who are sitting there who need this and this and that. So I think it's if you can, please do. And then at the end of the day, the responsibility still then comes on the teacher, whether they want to or not. So when what I've done with some of my students in the past is we get that long supply list. And then I kind of break it down into chunks, by last name or something like that. So you got this part of the community supply list that these kids last name A through this and this, so it doesn't look overwhelming. So maybe that's something to take on it. But I guess it's stuff goes, especially tissue and expo markers and stuff like that. That stuff that literally it's on that. So it's if you can, you can. I've had times where I've started donations, and then things like donors choose are a big thing for teachers. Go to that if there's other ways to kind of get it. Because at the end of the day, we just want to make sure the babies have what they need in the classroom.
True.
Yeah. I say this, that having the supplies to Andrew, it does help the teacher, right? It really does. Because with the more parents that are involved, the better it is for the teacher. Because just like Ms. Cooper, I'm sorry, Dr. Cooper, I'm speaking into an existence. Just like Dr. Cooper said, those supplies run out fast, right? It's if me and you teaching PE, Andrew, we don't need school supplies, bro. We just need to make sure that them kids got their uniform when they dress out right and they keep going. As opposed to if Damon and Miss Cooper's in the classroom, yes, especially elementary, kindergarten, especially kindergarten. First grade, second grade, bro, they're getting a little mature, they're getting a little more, balance of understanding how to use these things, right? But kindergarten, Man, listen, kindergarten, they moving. They moving. There's always something. They learning how to cut. They learning how to write. They may erase. I need to trash that cornbread paper and get some more. I need to, it's a lot going on with them. I done seen kindergarten school supplies go like the Grinch stole Christmas, right? As opposed when I was teaching middle school and high school, supplies didn't go out that bad. The only time we really needed supplies was like for state tests, because you always need a good number 2 pencil, right? But what is it more that we lose in middle and high school? The things we lose more is pens. Pens and pencils go so quick in middle school. Because why? I don't have no pencil, coach. I ain't got no pen, coach. Can I borrow your pen? Yeah. No, man, I ain't all these big pens for you to be borrowing them and then I don't see them no more, right? That's what really goes in middle school and high school. But in the elementary level, that construction paper, that glue, them scissors, just everything, man, it's a constant move. So as parents, as donors, people, we need you all to wake up, because this is not only infecting your child, it affects everybody in that classroom. Nobody is telling you to go out and spend millions of dollars, but $20 can buy like 5 bundles of glue, because glue don't even cost that much. It's like 50 cents. You can contribute to glue. Somebody can contribute to the paper. Somebody can contribute to scissors. It takes a village. And with these school supplies, that way our teachers don't have to ask for donations as much, because it's already registered in your mind that, hey, let's help the teacher out as well as our children. So yeah, that's my take on that. Yeah.
Andrew, anything?
No, y'all. School supplies. I mean, just like Coach said, I'm at a middle school, so what is always that one stood is, can I borrow a pencil, or can I borrow a pen, or can I borrow paper? And which is funny, because I'm like, I'm not Walmart, okay? I'm not Dollar General, okay? Because sometimes I don't have those materials. So if you can go and ask your parents to go to your store and get you a pack of paper or a pack of pencils, especially at Walmart, you can get 12 sharpened pencils at Walmart for like $1, or a pack of pens for like, I think $1 and like some cents, but sometimes I don't have those materials on hand. Sometimes I have to ask him, like, go and see if, Mr. Anderson has some paper, or go see Coach down the hall to see if he got any pencils, because sometimes I don't have the materials on me. So the parents needs to, like everybody said here, the parents need to step in and like donate, give in. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the cookout, where everybody has to bring in something. Somebody got to bring in the mac and cheese, somebody got to bring in the meat. You don't want to show up empty-handed and then take all the plates home, right? You'd be like, but you didn't bring anything. Why are you taking the plates home? It's kind of like in this situation, because you don't want to feel your child being left out. Because we're all here as a community. We all want the main goal, which is your child to succeed, right? So let's parents chip in into school supplies so that your child can succeed, so that your child can go into middle school or to high school or even into college, because you want your child to succeed, yes? So let's make that happen instead of sitting back and not doing anything. Because if you don't do anything, what y'all child gonna do? They're not succeeding. They're not learning. They're not taking down notes. They're not doing amazing labs in science class, or figure out how to do the slope-intercept form and math, or finding out the main idea in language arts, or figure out, history and social studies. That's my take on that.
Yeah. For me, wrap this up at the end of the day, you guys just do what you can. Just do what you can for your child, and then also for the school. Just do what you can. So we had to take a break, but we'll be right back with more of the educators. So stay right there, because we'll be right back. And welcome back to The Educators, everyone, our season 8 premiere. So let's hop right into some more topics, shall we? Now, me and Andrew, we actually discussed this actually on the season, actually our second episode of season 2, which is teacher shortage in America. And it's back once again, happening all over again. So the teacher shortage in America has hit crisis levels all over again, and school officials everywhere, they are scrambling to ensure that, as students, they are back inside the classroom. Someone, you guys, will have to be there to educate them. Who is that person? I don't know. So it's just, and me and Andrew, we had this conversation before, and I said that I just don't understand. Well, quite now, I quite do like a little bit understand why. But again, I'm gonna ask this question again, and I'm gonna open it up to Miss Cooper. Why do you guys think that we are having this massive teacher shortage in America? Why are our teachers are leaving? Because I know, for some reason, some of them is because, due to the pandemic and, with all of that. But why are we losing so many of our good educators? And why so many people are not wanting to step into this field of education? I'm gonna open up the floor to you guys.
For me, I think there's 2 points, right? I think about looking at it from like a district and like policy type of level. I think most times districts focus either on retention or recruitment. And so many times you see the focus more on recruitment. So we're pulling in that new teachers, we're pulling in, you'll see, seen many teachers where there's teachers coming in their first year who are making more than they are just by that coming in, that signing bonus, getting them into the district. And then there's no money left to pay the teachers who already have been there. I think the COVID pandemic really gave educators an insight on how we were viewed in America, right? We saw everyone with kids at home, remote learning, and people say, this is hard, right? You guys do all these things. And then as COVID is still happening, but as it's kind of, whatever died down, you see there's not much change. And I think as people are starting to realize that, they are, taking their talents elsewhere, and it's unfortunate, but it's something that I don't think is necessarily the teachers and educators. I think it's the system, and until that's changed, then we're going to continue to see the shortage as it is.
Right. Andrew, Coach, what are your guys' thoughts?
So my coworker that I'm currently working with, I like her to death. Like we have the same energy, but she's at the same school that I'm at. But there are many times where she's like, she is not built for this. She's not built for this. Because she came from high school. She used to do behavior support at the high school. So she has a tight ship running at the high school. But when she at the middle school, she's like, there's no resources. There's no curriculum. There's nothing, for her to grasp onto. Because again, we had desks and chairs thrown at us. For her, that's new for her. Okay. At the high school level where she came from, she can tell that student, hey, get your stuff together. And they'll do it. Here at the middle school, she can't do that because they don't listen. I told Coach this story as well, how this one student does not want to do his work at all. At all. Would not speak, would not do work. And we're trying to find ways, how can we get him to do work? Because we don't want him to fail. There are some days where I'm like, I wish I can go back and stay at my old school. Because at the school that I was at last year, I was a building sub. So I was sub teachers that were out, regardless of the teacher shortage, I was still subbing. Because mind you, last year when I was a building sub, we had 3 teachers out. One left for real estate. One left to go a charter school. Another left from legal reasons. So And during that time, I was practically I was doing 6th grade math for about towards the end of the year. So, and mind you, EOGs were right around the corner. So I had all that pressure onto me because they had 4 different teachers in that classroom already. And that's just to show the teacher shortage right now. This is from last year, mind you. I don't know about this year. I don't know about this year. But last year at my old job, 4 teachers already left in the middle of the year. 4. To move on to bigger and better things. Because why? Because discipline. Admin not supporting teachers. No resources. Evaluations. You know, there's no consequences. That's my biggest thing too, is consequences. Like, how is a child gets in trouble and not have disciplinary actions? Because if I was in school, if I did something wrong, oh, best believe my mom will be will be at that school. Best believe. Okay, we need to teach these kids there is consequences to their actions. Because if you're just letting them go, like, you're fine, you're doing a great job, sweetie. You're doing a great job, man. Okay, so if they go out to the real world and they're in trouble, they're gonna get fired, right? So if we do the things that the kids are doing, we're gonna get fired, correct? So while we're not teaching these kids, there is consequences for their actions if they're not doing the work or if they get into a fight. And you're wondering why there's a high percentage in teacher turnovers? You wonder why? You might want to look at your disparity. You might want to look at that. And you're wondering why teachers are not going to admin for some help, that they have to rely on their other colleagues for some help or some resources. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm definitely in agreement, you know what I'm saying, with that. Like, because Florida sucks. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's one of like the stupidest states when it deals with education. It sucks, especially here in Duval County, bro. It was so many teachers gone from here, bro. Because first of all, admin don't care. But I'm gonna tell you another reason too why I was a teacher shortage, and Miss Cooper hit it like right. Parents had to do some teaching, right? Right, we know that part. You know what else? Another reason why there was teacher shortage, because a lot of teachers got exposed because they wasn't teaching for real. And when the pandemic hit and they had to really start teaching, people started getting exposed. And when they started getting exposed, they were chunking the deuces because they didn't want to get humiliated more. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about when the pandemic really hit and we had to really start teaching on a virtual setting. Teachers were getting exposed because as what they were doing in the classroom finally got to get seen on the virtual level. And now we found out that you really can't teach. So when little Johnny was really telling me that you couldn't teach, but I was really trying to, you know what I'm saying, give you the benefit of the doubt, you were doing virtually, I got a chance to really see what you was worth. So them people had to go, right? They had to get rid of them. They had to bring in teachers who were going to really help those kids during the virtual process when it came to the pandemic, because honestly, when the kids were on virtually, they were more lazy than anything. They weren't really paying attention for real. People were up there playing video games for real. When the teacher was teaching, they like, I see you, bro. Like, but now I'm really finna play this Madden today because, like, I don't really got to do this for real. Because guess what you got to do? You got to pass me anyway. See, I told you about that. Remember in Florida, like, you didn't have to do nothing. They had to automatically pass you. So the kids got smart and was like, oh, well, bet I ain't really got to do nothing. A lot of teachers got exposed because then it started to show like, you just going to let them run your classroom? You're really not even going to attempt to try to teach them anything? No, get your behind off the goddamn video game. You're going to bring your behind to my class. If you don't come to my class, I'm going to give you a 0 for non-participation. I'm going to then reach out to your parents and let them know why I gave you that 0. And then we can just go from there. But what I will not do is send you to the next grade level because I have to. So you're going to earn every grade and you're going to earn the right for me to promote you to the next grade. Because I'm not like every other teacher that'll just let you scapegoat through what? No. So the pandemic taught that too. And then the pandemic also taught us that the older teachers who were in the system for a very long time, they're getting older now. Their bodies can't handle this anymore. This is a new generation of kids here. Miss Grant, who's like 70 years old, Miss Grant can't handle these kids no more because these ain't back in the 70s, the 50s, and the 60s during her time when teachers could get in your behind, strain your behind out, and you'd be back in that classroom with your mouth shut, listening to what they had to tell you. Miss Grant can't do that no more. So now they got to get rid of all the old teachers because all the old teachers now are very sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're ready to rest. So then, just like Miss Cooper said, forget the teachers that are already there. Now we need recruitment because we need young legs, we need young teachers so we can get these old teachers out, right? No disrespect to them. They've done what they need to do, but we need new energy. We need younger teachers so they can help our babies. Or is that so? Are they really in for education or are they in for the check? That's another teacher shortage, right? They wasn't paying me enough. I can go on and on and on, but we ain't got time for all that. But the fact of the matter is you got exposed. Some of you all, you got some older teachers, some veteran teachers who are now tired and they're ready to retire. You got some systems down here who don't really give a darn about teachers. And it's time to bring in people in this field that really cares about our kids. That way there won't be a teacher shortage, man. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. And get admin in there who really care about their teachers. I'm done.
All right, I agree to everything that you said with all of you guys, with all you this is we're gonna keep an eye out onto this. We're gonna keep an eye out onto this. So let me do this very quickly into our next topic of U.S. educators quitting public K-12 schools during pandemic. Back in June, you guys, of 2020, around 2.6 million educators and staff, they have quit their jobs during the pandemic, and there has been a 4.8 million educators and staff total separation in public education during the pandemic, which includes layoff. Then you have, others include retirement, day off, disability, the list goes on and on. And then I found out that our U.S. Secretary of Education, he had lied to educators, and I wish I had a video to show you guys, but he had lied to educators in an interview saying that competitive salaries, they are good working conditions, and teachers' voices are at the table when we're talking about reimagining education. So we're fighting for you, but we are also recognizing what you have done in the last 2 years, especially. So what are your guys' thoughts onto this here? The numbers are, like I point out, higher and higher. Just what do you guys think of this? And then also I want to hear your guys, and I believe I had this conversation with Andrew. Do you think our U.S. Secretary of Education, of what he is doing, because he's been into this for quite some time now, do you guys think that he is doing the best for our education system at the moment?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know. Because you got to understand too now, you got seasoned teachers out here getting mad about salaries now. Teachers that have been in the game for a long period of time, but then when a new teacher come in, their salary is bigger than theirs. Yeah, bro, like it's a lot going on. I ain't got to explain that, right? Depending on where you go, the salary is good. Depending on where you go, the salary may not be good, but people got to look at the cost of living. California pay their teachers a lot of money because the cost of living is high. New York pay their teachers a lot of money because the cost of living is high. Texas pay their teachers good money because that's just Texas. They love their teachers. And then if you get a master's, you get an additional 5,000. So now you don't went from 58 to 63,000. And then if you're a basketball coach, you get an additional 5,000. So now you have 68,000. I can go on and on and on, right? But at the end of the day, somewhere, somehow, certain states and certain districts have been lying so they can keep the teacher population in. And so they're going to give you a fake number only because they want to keep you until you see your check. And then once you see your check and you put 2 and 2 together and get 4, now you just realize I just been pimped. So they had to tell me something to sell me something to keep me here, when in all actuality, I'm not really worth a penny to them. And the U.S. Secretary of State, man, they've been lying. Them people been lying. I don't even want to get into politics because everybody know politics lie. It don't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. They lie just to get us, you know what I'm saying, into this world of like, everything is okay. We got y'all. No, look how long it takes for the student debt. Look how long it took for that. It finally happened. Yeah, I'm happy, right? But what about the educator? What about the men from Morehouse who was debt free? Remember that graduating class in 2019? They're debt free. They didn't have no student loans. How many other people was able to get debt free? Understand what I'm saying? And there's a lot of debt in education too, because they're not even using the money right. It's not even going to education. It's going to other things. It's not. What salary has changed in the last years? Be honest. What salary has changed? If you ain't got an MA by your name, if you ain't got no PhD by your name, when is your salary really going to increase? But nobody want to ask those questions, though. Nobody want to ask the Secretary of Education those questions. Because everything is a lie. It's based off a lie. And it's going to take your voice, Andrew. It's going to take Damien's voice. It's going to take Ms. Cooper where she needs to. It's going to take my voice for them to understand, like, yo, you will not continue to use us as puppets. Like, we're bringing this here to you to let you know that everything that you've told us has been a lie. That's that's how I feel about that, bro. It's a joke for real.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for giving that to us. We're going to take a break, you guys, and we'll be right back with more of the educators. So stay right there. Season 8 premiere. We got some more topics to talk about. We're down 3 to 4 now. So Damien, what other topics we got going on this season? Yes. All right. So I hope you guys seen it. I sent it to your of what we're going to talk about this video. And this was, as the time we're recording this, you guys, on Saturday. So this happened on Friday of the day, September 16th. So this video, this happened at my old middle school here. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts, but this principal, okay, with me, we're going to show you guys the video. And you guys tell me what you guys think of it.
Referrals on my desk right now because we don't know how to talk to each other. Because the white kids want to call the black kids niggers. Don't say it, because you're the ones that are saying it. And the black kids want to call the white kids crackers. Neither one.
I don't feel of what he said to the whole students, because this was during assembly. He just brought them all together. This I don't know what happened that day, or because this has happened prior to that week. But with me, I feel like that he was just telling them the truth of what was going on, of what's currently happening at that school right now. And you have some parents and you have some students who wants this principal to be fired. And I heard this, I don't know if this is true or not, but when he said that speech, once it was all over with, he actually quit. He left. So I don't know if that's true or not, but with me, with what I feel, what he said, that he was just basically just telling them straight up. And I'm sorry, with me, I don't feel no type of way of how he responded of saying that to the students. Now, I may be wrong, but what did you guys think of that video of what I sent you? I want to hear you guys.
I saw the video.
Yeah, I've also seen the video as well. Coach, do you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, I saw that video.
Okay.
I saw that video, and at the end of the day, like, I mean, it was like straight cutthroat. But hey, sometimes you gotta say that. Look, you're calling kids niggers, right? Like, and don't act like you're shook, like you ain't never been doing it, and then you all are calling the white people crackers. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's not act like we don't appalled, like we don't know we've been saying this stuff, right? So yeah, man, like at the end of the day, I don't see nothing wrong with that, because sometimes we sugarcoat a lot of things, right?
Yes.
We sugarcoat. Well, this particular principal decided he didn't want to sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with a lot of things, but sometimes you got to put your foot down and you got to, you know what I'm saying, let it be known what's going on. Yeah. Right? Because this racial thing has been going on for quite a long time. This ain't nothing new. I guess this principal just got tired of it, and he like, yo, I'm just gonna put it all on the table.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to read some of the comments, you guys. One comment says, I honestly understand why he said what he said. If they would have gotten the full video, people would have different opinions. Kids have been calling each other these names for some time. So he's gotten many reports about it, actually. So they're not complaining when they are saying it to each other. So don't complain when somebody calls it out. So I'm just like Coach said, my view, he was just sick and tired of it. He was just sick and tired of it. So Andrew, Ms. Cooper, your thoughts?
Honestly, I mean, I would too. I mean, if I see that happening at my school and I'm the admin of it, I will shut it down completely. Like, hey, no, this is a new rule of thumb. So why are you using those words? Exactly. So why? Like, I think like Damian and Coach said, he was sick and tired of it. He was fed up. He was at 100, and I get it, I get it of those parents wants him removed because of that. But at some point, when is this going to stop? When? If we're not going to talk about it, then who else is? So that's my thing.
I think sometimes it's just the cost of like being an advocate. And so I think sometimes a lot of things in education, we get all the realness and then we're expected to respond in this like fairy tale type way, even though we're seeing what it is. So it's like a catch-22. And I feel like at that point he was addressing something as real as he could based off of how it was given. And I think that's how those students would respond to it. It's very interesting. It's like, like cursing in school. The kids say a bad word and you have to address it in such a manner. And then if an adult says something, right, then it's like, you shouldn't be saying that. It's so weird. And I think so it's just kind of that thing. It's still knowing your position as a professional. I think we talked about that earlier. Like we're held to a higher standard. So I think, but at that point, I think it was just his genuine passion for being upset about something, and it just came out that way.
Yeah, I totally would follow you guys. So, I'm glad I brought this your guys' attention because I really wanted to hear because I've been seeing and some more comments are even dropping coming on, but I was just like, it's just like we all said, like when who's going to step up and just be real about it because with me, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. With me, I'm going to be absolutely real with my students at the end of the day. I don't care how you are with your students inside your classroom, but with me, I'm going to tell them what it is. And if you don't like it, then you can remove me all you want to. I'm going to go to another school and do the exact same thing. You can't stop me from that. So we got to change something. We got to change something. So we're going to take a break, you guys. Thanks again, you guys, for having this conversation. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. We're going to wrap up our show for today. So stay right there. You're watching The Educators. Love watching The Educators? You could be a part of our conversation too. The Educators is active on social media. Like us on Facebook and be a part of our conversation by telling us what you think. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content of our show, and follow us on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our show and the world. You keep the conversation going, so get social with your friends now. Like, comment, and connect with us on The Educators. Welcome back to The Educators. Now it is time, you guys, to wrap up our show on today. But before we do, Andrew has his segment return to you guys. What did we learn? So Andrew, break down what did we learn today? What should our audience take away from what we discussed on today?
So what did we learn? So being a teacher, of course, we have all different point of views. We all different have thoughts on being a teacher, from target run to school supplies to talking about our students after work. So the main point is to prioritize your weekend as well as to have fun during the weekend. And with school supplies, this is really directly to the parents. Chip in when you can, chip in while you can. Okay. That doesn't mean to buy every single thing. You don't have to necessarily, that doesn't mean to buy the whole entire store. No. Just to buy a couple of things, like Anderson, get paper and pencil, and I'll get paper. Coach, get color pencils and scissors, and Cooper get, the remaining, like some of more items off the list so that every kid has every supplies, so parents chip in or donate, school supplies. Teachers quitting during the pandemic, there are many different reasons why there are so many teacher shortages, just like how I shared my story from last year. I had a sub for a band teacher because he left. So a math teacher where they had 3 different teachers in like a 5-month span. And then by the time I him, the pressure was on me because EOGs was right around the corner. So what teachers want is admin support as well as disciplinary actions from the students as well. And lastly, middle school principal says the N-word. I think the main takeaway from here is watch what you say. Just like what Ms. Cooper said during our break. You never know who's recording. You never know it could, you never know, right? So we have to watch what we say. Now that video is out, and that just shows to you that he left or he got fired. Because like Miss Cooper said, you never know who's recording you. You never know. You could be at home saying the things that you want to say, and next you know, poof, it's on the internet. And next you know, you lose your job. So you have to watch what you say. So that is the main takeaway, or what do we learn segment.
Yes, and thank you so much for that, Andrew. Now, Coach, would you like to introduce your new segment, the Black Male, for today? What do you have for us?
Yeah, we're just going to on the next episode, we're going to discuss that. But I will say this: your worth is not predicted on whether or not others can recognize it in you. More of the Black Male Educator coming soon throughout the season.
Yes. All right. Thank you for that, Coach. So, you guys, that is it for our season 8 premiere on today. We hope you guys enjoy. We are back, you guys. We are back with new episodes. So make sure you stay tuned all season long, because it's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great one. So before we end, I just want to just go over to Miss Cooper. How was your first day with us? Did you enjoy being with us on today as our new co-host?
I did. It was so awesome. There's so many awesome perspectives, and you guys are just awesome. So again, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So, Coach, what are you? Okay.
I was hitting the nay.
Yeah.
Go ahead though. My bad.
Yeah. We're okay. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did, and we will see you guys next time on The Educator. So until then, take care, and we will see you guys next time. So have a good rest of your week.